Speaking about the cookbook, well, can I make this segue? I actually met the author of the cookbook in real life.
Oh, that is a fantastic segue. How did you manage that, Captain Blubber?
Because we were both at SoTFest. So before we go to the main discussion of season 13, let's talk a little bit about SoTFest. For those that don't know, this was a Sea of Thieves festival that took place on the 12th and 13th of July in the always beautiful city of Birmingham in the UK. It's an event organized by the community for the community, but it also included appearances from the developers themselves. There were panels, competition, market stalls, and of course a lot of shitty food. So, what were your experiences of SoTFest 2024?
Sorry, I had to laugh at Birmingham being beautiful. Sorry, anyone in the UK will just laugh at that bit. I had a brilliant time. Yeah, obviously I had the panel as well. That was always fun. I think I loved almost every aspect of it, apart from the food.
Yes, the food was terrible.
The food was mega. It was absolutely rancid.
I am really surprised I didn't get food poisoning. It tasted like food poisoning. So just a friendly reminder, eat at a hotel or bring your own food. Don't buy the food at SoTFest.
The hotel wasn't great, was it? Let's be honest.
Well, compared to all the other options, yeah.
Yeah, we ate in the hotel every night and it was so fucking expensive, honestly. It was like 18 quid for a shitty katsu curry, which tasted like a jar sauce, like a Chinese chicken curry sauce from Asda out of a jar.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. That was indeed terrible.
The burgers were fine. The portions were just really small for the price. Although the club sandwich I had on the last night was quite good. That was all right.
No.
And the pints were expensive as well.
Yeah, well, at least it tasted nice.
Yeah, at least it did taste nice. The food did taste nice, but you could tell it was just like mass produced. But all the stadium stuff was, all the sauces, guys. Mayonnaise was sweet because they added too much like thinner to it. It was so disgusting. And right, okay, I'm definitely not one for healthy food. I mean, if you see me in real life, I'm quite a big dude, but there was like no healthy options there at all. Like it was all greasy and it was stadium food basically, but you know, some stadiums that actually serve things that are like not just full of fat. And after like 2 days, you get tired of that.
Yep, on the cooked onions too. The most healthy thing was the ketchup.
Oh, were your onions undercooked on your burger?
Yeah, it was super greasy too, and just no.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't great.
At least, to be fair, at least the size of the food was good. Like it was a lot of food. It just didn't taste great.
I
sound.
Oh well.
To be fair, if you've just had a Sea of Thieves festival and your main point of feedback was that the food was shit and it was set in a stadium and the food wasn't really the organizer's fault, you've done pretty well, right?
Yeah, I mean everything else was almost perfect. Like let's complain a little bit more before we go to the positive. There would have been a competition too, a Sea of Thieves competition, but the internet was a bit too shitty for that. Can't really blame the community for that, the organizers for that. It's just, bad luck, I guess.
The venue should supply better internet if you're going to have conferences and shit there. So that's not very good on Bestcott Stadium, which was the venue, by the way. That's Walsall's football ground.
Aye. The upside to having a festival in a stadium is that there was also a football match between the developers and the community, and one of our crew members did participate in that. It was very interesting to watch.
14-0, wasn't it, to the rare team?
Yeah, it was. Yes. They are pretty good. Like we saw a good match actually. Pretty one-sided, but they do know how to play football.
There were goals, lots of goals.
Yeah, to be fair, like I don't know who was in the goalie of the community, but he was a very good goalie. Let's be fair.
You had Sumo Crafts, and I don't know who the guy was that Sumo subbed for, but they were both good. We'll just blame the defenders for all the goals, shall we? And Vlek.
Yeah, and Vlek. Yeah, let's do that.
Vlek is our crewmate, by the way, if you don't know.
Aye. But for me, it was my first time. It was your second time SoTFest. So you already had the experience of meeting the developers in real life and meeting our crew in real life. And for me, that was the first time. Like we've met for the first time, which was great. Like it was like this. Like I thought maybe it's a bit awkward in the beginning, but it wasn't. Two peas in a pot, right?
Yeah, I had no qualms. I didn't think you'd be an awkward guy in real life. And as soon as I saw you, it was like someone out of a film. It was like love at first sight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was really great.
The laugh, didn't we? I had to tell you to rein it in a bit with your jokes.
Uh-huh. It was also great to meet subscribers. We've met subscribers of yours and of mine. I did not really expect that. There were more subscribers of mine that came to me, asked for an autograph or asked to get a picture, which was it's a great experience. But I did not expect so many people to come up to me, so that was pretty fun.
Humbling, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of is. Like, it's still nice to know that I have somewhat of a dedicated following that is really excited for every video that I post, even if it's slow going. So that's really nice to know.
Or it's one of the shit podcast episodes.
Yeah, indeed. And that was really fun. And also meeting all the developers. I think there were like almost 20 developers in the festival as well. And they're just walking around. You can talk to them if you want. You can. They just keep giving autographs, obviously. I brought my copy of Sea of Thieves, like the Xbox One case, and I got it signed. Like every developer that was there signed it, so I'm really happy with that. It's become my favorite piece in my collection. And yeah, it's just a great experience.
You met some bucket list people, didn't you? Like Robin.
Yeah, Robin was there. Robin Beanland, the composer. I didn't even know he was coming, so that was a great surprise. Because on the website, it only said, we have a panel with these 4 developers. And it was Mike, the Prestons, and who was the 4th one?
It was going to be Joe Neat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joe Neat wasn't there the last day. But I met him in the hotel. And we were both... we had some drinks. but yeah, I met Joe Neat as well. So I thought there's only going to be 4 or 5 developers, right? But no, out of the sudden on Sunday, Robin Beanland walks in just by himself, just having a look around. And I'm like, what, Robin? Oh my God, that was great. I also met...
I saw you do a double take as well, because we were right at the front, weren't we? Just we were a little bit of a break after... we just spoken to Chris, hadn't we? Chris.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, who was also there.
He's that was one of my favorite conversations, to be fair. I love speaking to Chris. He was very insightful.
Yeah, he was. So Chris Marlowe, most people know him from being the voice of the Great Mighty Pooh. At least the Rare fans know him from that. The Sea of Thieves fans know him from just being a developer on Sea of Thieves.
Just a senior designer, I think he is.
He doesn't even pop all that much in the videos, but he does pop up in the videos occasionally. But he told us that he was the guy that was mainly responsible for the skeleton bone collars and also the Horn of Fair Winds. He apparently developed that a long time ago, and he was happy it was finally in the game. Yeah,
they have stuff that's always going on in the background that they're fiddling with, and sometimes they just can't release it, or it just doesn't fit with a season, so they have to shelf it for a while. And then eventually, as we've seen, stuff just does circle back around and does get fleshed out and released.
Yep. So there is hope for Sailing Out of the Waterfall. There is hope for a giant enemy crab. There is hope for dolphins and maybe hippos somewhere. Who knows?
Well, we've got a few things that were meant to be at launch, like the harpoon balancing. Zip lines were always planned, weren't they? Fire was planned before launch, and we got that eventually. I would love to see the cannonballs rolling on the deck that they mentioned in the documentary that they had to cut out. Just with the ship swaying.
Do you think that will still happen?
Nah, it's like a season 5 feature. Like, it's really nice set dressing. Ultimately, even like as an accessibility thing, it would just be set dressing. Like, I couldn't think of a utility for that other than looking cool. So being taxing on the server and your sort of PC or Xbox is probably not worth doing that. But it sounded cool in concept, right?
Aye. And something else we learned is that there might be more colors of the Flames of Fate.
Yeah, because we spoke to Richard Dinnick, who is the senior narrative designer Basically writes everything for Sea of Thieves now. Mike has input, obviously, he signs off on everything, but Richard is doing the flavor text, he's doing the story, he's doing, the dialogue, etc., etc. And we learnt the first thing that he worked on was the Rose Legacy. That was the first thing he did, which was actually really good. And then was it the Secret Wilds Adventure 11 with Briggsy?
You're saying it, mate.
Fair enough. There we go. I'm going to stick by that. Secret Wilds. He also did that, and he told us that he really liked Briggsy, hence why she was brought back. So yeah.
And he said, well, there's more colors in the rainbow.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He did. We got a bit of confirmation of what's going on with the story. Essentially, stuff had to be reshuffled around, which is what we thought of anyway, just to make things make sense. But it seems, just from what he implied, is that we're sort of back on track now, and it's time for a bit of a reboot after season 13.
Yeah. I'm also getting excited for the lore again, which is good. I've gone over the fact that the events were disappointing. Well, it still lives in my heart somewhere, the disappointment. But I'm also excited. All right, let's go for a new direction. Let's give them a second chance with the lore, and hopefully they have something fun planned. And we'll talk about that later when we come to the lore section of season 13. Anything else you want to say about SoTFest 2024?
Yeah, I got blubber drunk on the Thursday night before the first day, and I got really pissed. To our non-British listeners, pissed means very drunk.
Nah, it means you've been pissed on by somebody.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. So I was hungover for Saturday. Thankfully, the panel was until Sunday. But yeah, don't drink, kids. It's very bad for you. You regret it.
There's no drinks at the SoTFest itself, by the way.
No.
So no, only at the hotel and the after party, which I missed because I was way too tired after the weekend.
Someone put a tab behind the bar on the last night, and we don't know who it was. And I met Dead Eyes Dre, who is a fantastic person, by the way. That was one of my highlights. We had a really good conversation about lore and like Pokemon and all different stuff. And on the last night, I offered to buy them a drink. Went to the bar. I got the rum and coke, and I got myself a Stella. Yeah, I drink Stella. What of it? And the guy just said it's on the tab, and I was like, "What tab?" And he just shrugged at me. I was like, "I'm not questioning this. I just got free drinks."
Oh, that's really great.
That's why you should always survive to the last night, blubber.
All right, I'll keep that in mind for next year. Speaking about next year, are we going to be there?
I plan to. It was very expensive, I have to say. Just the whole thing with food and hotel and travel included. It's like a holiday, basically.
Yeah, like the most expensive thing was the hotel. I paid £600 for 3 nights, which is outrageous. And the food and the plane, it was all what you expect from a holiday. Like, I'm Dutch, I'm not from Poland. I don't need to save an entire year to go to SoTFest, but the main thing was the hotel. The rest was, well, we can manage it if you have a job. Yeah,
we were discussing it with our Polish crewmates, weren't they? And they were like, this trip is like at least a month's salary for us. Just for the hotel and the flights, which is ridiculous. I think sometimes we do complain that things are expensive. Don't get me wrong, they are still relatively in our sort of economies, but yeah, some people always do have it a bit worse, don't they?
Yeah, we can't complain too much. UK, Netherlands, like Scandinavia, Germany, we're doing pretty well. Which makes it all the more special that we've met our Polish friends too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, anything you want to see differently for next year?
I don't know. That's a very good question.
I mean, different location with better food. That's what comes to mind for me. But I think the location is also really nice for the developers because Birmingham is not that far away from Twycross, which is where Red is located. So, yeah, I think they have to keep that in mind as well. Maybe a deal with the hotel would be nice. So you can buy like a super VIP ticket on the website that also includes the hotel for a discounted price. That would be really sweet.
That would be really good, but the hotel's going to tell them to fuck off because they made loads of money from that, obviously.
Yes, they did. Yep.
The staff, most of the staff were lovely as well, to be fair. Most of the staff.
Except that one lady.
Yeah. I know it's annoying having so many people and like quite a few drunk people. No one was causing trouble though. People were just a bit rowdy because they're drunk and a bit loud.
Yeah.
And the app broke, didn't it? So she was getting pissed off at everyone for ordering food. It's not our fault the app broke. She was very rude and there were some complaints about her. She was that bad, apparently.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well. But what do you want to see next year?
Maybe some more panels. Hopefully the competitions are up and running next year because we missed out on that. And it's good for people who don't want to watch the football match.
Yeah.
I think that's my feedback, really.
Yeah, some more panels too, because like we said, like Robin was there, Chris Marlowe was there, and it's great that we can just walk up to them and have a conversation.
Yeah.
But
we did speak to Jo Toro about that, and she said that they didn't want to do too many panels because it's for the community, not for the devs, which I do agree with.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it's fine. But the rare fan in me just wants to hear the developers talk.
Fair enough.
So yeah. But still, it's great everybody was there. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.